Hey everybody, it's Alex. Turn the microphone helps. Anyway, turkey, time to have a party. We're just gonna do some kicking around this morning. Saturday morning, my son's in school. Yeah, on a Saturday. Poor kid. I feel so bad. So we're just gonna poke around in Turkey a little bit here, and we're gonna talk bitcoins again, I guess. Let's go see.
Old man playing video games badly.
Yeah, this won't be like the super longest video I've ever made in my life, but because we're gonna talk really quickly about Bitcoin and what's happened to the economy as a result. Let's see if we got one ready. We got one ready, so we'll get the one. We're also, just for fun, just because it's great fun to do, we'll go see what my scavs brought me. I gave them a bottle of hooch to go work with this time. Let's see if they got me anything good. Oh, 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 oh my! I love my scavs. I I keep this little scav box rolling, and every so often, man, they die liver. Yep. Okay, we got an iridium. We got a flash drive. We got oh, what do we got? Oh man, I haven't even seen one of these yet. Oh, what's that? What's that one worth? Okay, we didn't make our money on them, but damn, they brought me interesting shit. I love them for it. Most importantly, they brought me a fuel conditioner that I need to finish a task. But we're gonna talk Bitcoin here. This morning, for reference, Bitcoin price in rubles is 4.68 million. Now, 0.2 would be 936,000 rubles. I'll tell you what the answer is going to be before we even check it, okay? It's going to be 460, my guess, when I go to sell this. Maybe a little bit less than 460. 450, okay? So here's your answer in Bitcoin, and it happened way faster than I expected it would. Is the 0.2 Bitcoin used in the game has been reduced all the way down to a 0.1 Bitcoin. So now we're talking, instead of a Bitcoin being worth, today would have been worth 900 and something thousand, it's 457,000. And I would not be surprised to see that number continue to drop. Originally, I thought they were going to get to 0.1 by the next wipe. My guess is by the next wipe, Bitcoin may start out as a 0.05 Bitcoins, which would further reduce this down to about 200,000, which would be starting to get back to where we were when we started this wipe. Of course, Bitcoin could crash in the real world. Well, I'm not sure how real it is, but you know what I mean. And that could perennially change everything. Now, the knock-on factor here in the flea market is the following. We start with graphics cards today. Graphics cards should be right around, yeah, they're right on 1 million. So now we've halved. It's actually a pretty accurate reflection because the price of graphics cards has halved since this started, which is exactly in line with the value of Bitcoin itself. Ratchet wrenches, which were the objective here, or the obstruction to making your own graphics cards, are now under 200,000, which is still, still high, but a lot better than it was. Fuel is still a little bit higher than it should be. but that's a lot under 300,000, which is better. This is under 200, which is a little bit better. Dry fuel is cheaper. Fuel conditioner is cheaper. Propane tanks, which is one of the better exchanges, is up a little bit. They're up from 50 to 60, but still down from the near 100 it was. And the Tetris are stuck at 75,000 because, unless this has rapidly changed overnight, the only trade for Tetris is the only use for Tetris is the Tetris and green battery for Bitcoin, which is now 2 Tetrises and 2 green batteries for Bitcoin. Does not work because Mechanic has not had any Bitcoins for like 2.5-3 weeks now. So Tetrises now are a very, very speculative thing to own. There may not be any value in them at all. So that's basically the update. Like I said, my belief is, all things being equal, this is now a 0.1 Bitcoin. My guess is for the next wipe, which should be late month of May, according to my own personal calculations. Do not be surprised if this is replaced by a 0.05 Bitcoin. Which would, like I said, it would have the value down again, which would bring the value down from today's 457. It would take it down to 225,000, which would be a lot more in line. And that would also, by definition, lower the value of the graphics cards again, probably down to the 600,000 range, where it starts to get to be a little bit more believable. All of this, of course, making Bitcoin farms an extremely unprofitable concept at this point. Especially now this late in the wipe, if you are trying to set up a Bitcoin farm, an initial Bitcoin farm like my one here, which is the level 1 10 card model, you're still going to be $10 million into this. Your Bitcoins are producing at 450,000. You're going to use 200,000 worth of fuel to produce them each day. Round numbers. Assuming it's more or less 24 hours to produce a Bitcoin at this level. So you will spend 200,000 in fuel. You will generate 450,000 Bitcoin, which will give you 250,000 in profit, which means you have to go 40 days just to break even on building your Bitcoin farm. As of this point, being April 16, 17, something like that, the chance that you even recoup your investment in cards is almost zero before the next wipe. Essentially rendering Bitcoin farms a bad investment. If you don't already have one running like I have running, it's almost not worth spending the money at this point. Unless you happen to scavenge up 3 or 4 cards in raid yourself, and then you're only buying a couple to fill in your rack, you might find it somewhat profitable. But honestly, if you can sell the video cards for $1 million each, that's 4 days worth of revenue on each one. 10 cards, that's 40 days of revenue. You probably wouldn't want to start your Bitcoin farm up, and more than that, because you wouldn't have to run the fuel, so your profits are way better. So yeah, that's the economics of it all. So let me know if you want in the comments what you think about how to handle this situation. Hey, thanks much for watching this Tarkov Economic Update.
Old man playing video games badly.